from the general election. Now, that might be 35 days too many for some of you. But for me, the importance of events like this is the chance to talk directly to you. And we've got the TV debate tonight. And what I value about that opportunity is to talk directly to the British people and to make a simple case. It's a case for change, because I believe that it's only when working people succeed that Britain succeeds. And that's what we've got to change about Britain. And that's what I want to talk to you briefly about now. We've got a pledge card, and that's something that John Prescott pioneered. Some of you may remember before 1997. I want to talk to you about that pledge card and what we say on it, because it sets out some of the major and important commitments that we have. The first commitment, which I think is the basis of a sound economy, is to cut the deficit every year and balance the books. And it's really, really important that we do that, and it's what I will do if I'm Prime Minister of the country. But the way we're going to do that is different from what we've seen over the last 5 years. It's different from what we've seen over the last 5 years, because I believe in fair taxes, not unfair taxes. I believe those with the broadest shoulders should bear the greatest burden. So we'll reverse David Cameron's millionaires' tax cut, because I think it's right that is reversed. So there's a £44,000 tax cut for every millionaire in the country. I don't think that's fair when we see the problems we see in our society. Secondly, I think that the basis for success of our country is the living standards of working people. And that's what we've got to change about Britain. That's why we're going to freeze energy bills so they can only fall and can't rise. We're going to have an £8 minimum wage, and we're going to do something else. We're going to end that exploitation of 0 hours contracts. 0 hours contracts. And I think there is now a big choice at this general election. The Prime Minister says he couldn't live on a 0 hours contract. Well, nor could I. And we heard some business leaders come out yesterday and criticise our stance on 0 hours contracts. My challenge to them is, well, look, can you live on a 0 hours contract? But if it's not good enough for you, if it's not good enough for me, then it's not good enough for the British people. And it goes to a fundamental issue about how our country succeeds. I think we succeed when people have security, not insecurity. I don't think the way we compete is with the insecurity of working people, but the security. And that takes me to my third pledge. And I think it's the bedrock of success for working families, and that's our National Health Service. And look, I want to congratulate James for the campaign he's been running, for the Bury Hospice, and indeed for the NHS and the health service in Bury. We're the only party at this election setting out actually a costed plan, a mansion tax on homes above £2 million, clamping down on tax avoidance by the hedge funds and money from the tobacco companies for 20,000 more nurses, 8,000 more doctors, 5,000 more care workers and 3,000 more midwives. It's what I call an NHS with time to care, and that will clearly benefit people in Bury. Fourth, immigration.